of this workshop. Let me share my PPT first to show as to how much we have covered so far and what we'll be covering in today's session. We have covered managing your workbook chart, and then we'll wind up the session. Protecting a workbook. As I've told you, I've shown you one Excel sheet. Let me show it to you again. And instead of sharing my PPT, let me share my Excel window here. This is the file which I've shared with Professor Kushwaha yesterday, as well as with Dr. Garima. But probably there was some technical errors and we were not being able to protect the sheet. See what I have done here. This entire sheet contains the data we have prepared so far. I'm clicking on the review button. From review button, I'm first clicking on protect workbook and then selecting protect structure and windows. That's it. And then I'll be giving a password. I have given the password 1234 just for the ease. 123. Repeat the password. I've repeated the password as 123. Now I'll be protecting the sheet and I'll have to select as to for what purpose I want to protect the sheet or what I need to get done even if the sheet is protected. अगर मेरी प्रोटेक्टेड शीट है फिर भी अगर मैं कुछ ऑप्शंस अलाउ करना चाहती हूँ यूजर को तो वो मैं अलाउ कर सकती हूँ. In case if someone wants to unprotect this sheet, he or she needs a password. Again, I'm putting the password as 1234. Okay, 1234. Okay. Now, may I request Dr. Garima? I'm sharing the same sheet with you over the mail. You're requested to kindly share your window and show us. Are you being able to put the entries in this sheet?
Okay, ma'am, I'm doing. Ma'am, this is the sheet. And I tried to change this name. But there's a message. The cell and chat you are trying to change is on protected sheet.
Okay. Please try clicking on review button then. Just click, ignore this message and go to review. And here you'll find unprotect sheet kind of thing. And what's the dialog that is appearing in front of you?
Yes, ma'am. 4.
Is it asking anything?
Okay, now I try. Yes, ma'am. Now it is unprotected after entering their password.
Okay. Okay, fine. You have given the password. I was expecting you to share that it is asking for the password. Okay. As you are aware, that password is 1234. You have given the password and now the sheet is unprotected. But until unless you will be sharing the password with the user who is receiving the sheet being shared by you, he or she won't be able to make the changes. This is what protect sheet actually does. Thank you, ma'am. Let's move ahead. Next topic is how we can add it in a workbook. Again, I'm sharing the same Excel sheet. First, we need to check as to how we can enter date values. As we have shared in very first session that we have function named equals to now and then opening bracket and closing bracket. It gives us the date, present date along with the time. It shows 03 minus 05 sorry, 03 hyphen minus, sorry, 05 hyphen 2022 18 colon 08. It means 3rd May 2022 6:08 p.m. What if I want to change the format? It is showing me the date format as DDMMYYY plus HHMM, hour and minute. But hours are appearing in 24 date format. मीन्स 12 बजे के बाद एक की जगह हमें 13 दिखेगा, 14 दिखेगा, 15 दिखेगा एंड सो ऑन. बट हमें डेट फॉर्मेट यहाँ चेंज करना है. सो आई सेलेक्ट दिस सेल, आई क्लिक ऑन द फॉर्मेट टूल बार and then there's another option, format cell at the end. Click on format cell. Taking time. It will again show you a dialog box wherein you can select the format of your date. Because by default it's a date. It is showing custom. You can select date category from this side, and from date category, if I'm selecting the date format as 14th March 2001, it will yield the value 03 May 2022. So, this is my first format. We can have multiple formats here. There's this format as well, 2022, means YYYY 05, sorry, YYYY MM, and then DD. DD MM YYYY. So it's up to you as to which particular date format you'd like to select. And in case if you don't want to select any 4-digit year format, you have double-digit year format as well, like 3.5.22, 03-05-22, and this is how it works. In case if I don't want to check for the date, I just want to get the time information. I'll click on time and I can save. Because now function returns me the value of date as well as time. I can select only one parameter to be visible. There's one more option that's named as autocomplete. Do we have anything like autocomplete? Have we covered autocomplete previously? Anyone is having any idea?
No, ma'am.
Was there something? No, we haven't covered. No idea. Okay, autocomplete will be doing a bit later because for that we'll be preparing another data. Meanwhile, let's move on to our sort and filter option. Though we have covered it in previous session, but again, I've prepared this data, I have this data, and I'm selecting this main column. I have around 56 rows here, wherein I have 55 records and one header line. I've selected first column that contains name details, and for selecting the cell, simplest option is click on first cell, then press shift and down arrow if you're using keypad only, or otherwise you can use your mouse button. You can drag down the entire column. Now I have selected the data. What I'll be doing, I'll be clicking on home button, and in home button editing toolbar, I have the option sort and filter. Because I am interested to sort the data, I don't want to filter the data right now. I'll be clicking here and clicking on sort A to Z. See, we have committed a mistake. We have selected only one column, whereas I was having two more columns which were dependent on my first column. मेरे पास नेम था, मैंने सिर्फ नेम सेलेक्ट किए, जबकि कोर्स और बोनस वाला जो कॉलम है वो नेम पर डिपेंडेंट है. अगर शिवांगी का नाम नीचे चला जाएगा और किसी अवंतिका का नाम ऊपर आ जाएगा तो हो सकता है कि कोर्स और बोनस वाली जो वैल्यूज है वो मेरी मिसमैच हो जाए, एंड आई डोंट वांट टू get it done. So I am getting a short warning from MS Excel which asks me, do you want to continue with the current selection or you want to expand the selection? Obviously, I would like to expand the selection, so I'll select first option and then I'll say sort. And I have the sorted data. It was simple. I guess everyone had done it on their system. See, I've kept the data in duplicate format intentionally because I need to work on few more options wherein I'll be requiring duplicate records. Now moving on to filter command, select header row and then sort and filter and then click on filter. That's it. Nothing needs to be done. And this clicking on filter will add a small down arrow head with each and every column. Just click on it. By default, it will show all the data, but in case if you'd like to see the record of Ariba Parveen, just click here and click on OK. You can see that we have two different records with the same name. And let's check whether the records are duplicate or both the records are unique. If we'll see, we'll find a difference in the bonus column. Hence, prove that these are two different records. Clear? At the same time, suppose if I'm clearing the filter from this column, I'm clicking on select all. I would like to see as to how many of the candidates are MBAs actually. So now I'm checking the course filter. I'm clicking on the down arrow in course column. I'll be selecting MBA followed by OK. And I can see 5 records from MBA course. I hope it's clear to all. Can we move further? Sort and filter. Clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. Now, copying and pasting the data. Select the cell data. Then either you'll have to click on copy or you can press Ctrl C. And wherever you would like to paste your data, just either press enter or otherwise you can press Ctrl V. See, what's the difference between pressing enter and pressing Ctrl V? Once you have copied a set of records using Ctrl C, if you press Ctrl V here, I'm using Ctrl V, I've got first set of records. I want the same set of record here as well. I'll press Ctrl V. Here also Ctrl V. It will copy the clipboard. It will paste the clipboard data as many times as you require. But once you will click somewhere and press enter, it's done. Now you won't be able to get that clipboard data again. That's the difference between Ctrl V and enter button after copying the data. Once you have copied the data, either to press enter or to press Ctrl V, that depends on the requirement you have. If you want multiple copy of the same data, then use Ctrl V. If you don't want multiple copies of the data and you want clipboard to get clear, once the data got pasted, then press enter. That's it. Okay, in case if I want to, one thing is copying the data, another thing is cut the data. Cutting the data means copying and pasting the data to somewhere else. We are actually moving the data from one place to another place. That's the difference between copy pasting and cut pasting. Cut pasting means moving data from one place to another place, and copy pasting means creating a duplicated copy at some other place. I've selected 4 records, and then I'm right clicking on the selected cell and I'm getting an option clear content. Clear content will remove the data. Now, why do I require to clear the content? Suppose I have applied specific formatting for these cells, which says that data needs to be in red color, then background needs to be in blue color. Fine. Now, if I select these cells and right click followed by clear content, it will clear the content but not the formatting. How come? See, I'm typing something on this cell and I can see the data is being typed in red color font. It means only the data will get cleared, not the format. Format will remain same. Clear? This is the difference between cut, copy and clear content. हम एक जगह से कट करके दूसरी जगह पेस्ट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उस केस में फॉर्मेटिंग और डेटा दोनों ही चीजें वहां से जाती है. लेकिन अगर मैंने सिर्फ क्लियर कंटेंट किया तो क्लियर कंटेंट करने से डेटा तो चला जाएगा, लेकिन फॉर्मेटिंग उन सेल्स की नहीं हटेगी. ये हमने कॉपिंग और पेस्टिंग किया था Ctrl+C Ctrl+V से. अगर मैं यहाँ से इस डेटा को मूव करना चाहती हूँ तो मैं इस डेटा को ऐसे सेलेक्ट करूंगी. देन आई हैव द माउस बटन, आई हैव टू क्लिक ऑन द लेफ्ट माउस बटन, select the data. You'll see the kind of arrow cell pointer wherein I have four side out head arrows. Just click on this cell entry and drag them towards side. आपको ये ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा कि मेरे सेल पॉइंटर की पोजीशन कैसी है. जब सेल पॉइंटर की ये पोजीशन है तो ये सिर्फ सिलेक्शन के लिए यूज हो रहा है. जब ये सेल पॉइंटर की पोजीशन होती है जिसमें बारीक लाइन के साथ में एरो हेड्स आते हैं, whenever I have a thin line with arrowheads at the four ends, it means now I'm in a position to capture the data and drag it to somewhere else. Right here, I need to press left mouse button followed by right movement, and I'll be able to drag my data from one place to another place. This is how the data is being moved from one place to another place using drag and drop option, not using keyboard. Collecting and pasting multiple items again. ये मैंने एक से ज़्यादा डेटा सेलेक्ट किया. I'm selecting multiple data, then I'm copying and I'm pasting the same data. As simple as that. जैसे मेरा एक डेटा कॉपी होता है वैसे ही मेरा मल्टीपल डेटा भी कॉपी होता है. Now the paste spatial command. Though we have covered paste spatial transpose option in previous session, wherein we have converted row data into column data, there are few more options which are in our paste spatial option. Let's take some example. I have this test one sheet. I'm selecting these 3 records and copying these records. Now I would like to paste these records into sheet 4. I've clicked on paste ओके फाइन. कॉपी करने के बाद कभी भी आप कुछ और भी एंट्री करेंगे तो क्लिपबोर्ड से डेटा हट जाएगा. So whenever you are interested to paste your data that you have copied, avoid any other function in between of copy and paste. Again, I'm selecting the data. I move to sheet number 4. Here, in paste option, say for example, I'm saying paste values. Data got pasted. Then what's the difference between this data and that data? See the difference. I'm converting the salary of Monica to 7,000. Oh, protected sheet hai ye. I'll have to unprotect it because protect 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I'm changing the salary to 7,000. Can we see the difference? We have seen the difference in DA as well as PF, in gross as well as net. Let's see both the windows. It will see both the windows. View में मैंने एक split option शायद आपको नहीं बताया था. There's one option known as split. Split में आप अपनी विंडो को दो हिस्सों में बांट सकते हैं. अब मैंने जिस लोकेशन को सेलेक्ट किया था वहीं पर स्प्लिट हुआ था. मैं यहाँ से स्प्लिट करती हूँ अपनी विंडो को G1 से. ठीक है. जब मैं G1 से स्प्लिट कर रही हूँ तो स्प्लिट का मतलब क्या है कि आप इसी विंडो के मल्टीपल वेरिएंट्स देख सकते हैं. इसी test1 फाइल को मीन्स यू कैन सी द मल्टीपल कॉपीज और मिररिंग इमेज ऑफ सेम फाइल. Here we have 7,000. Here also we have 7,000. But okay, fine. I don't require this thing actually. I need to check sheet 4. In sheet 4, Monica salary is this. Let's change it to 7,000. Are we being able to see any changes? यहाँ salary हमारी 7,000 थी तो 4,900 change आया था. I mean, with 7,000 salary, the DA amount was 4,900, whereas it's 4,595.5. Why? Why the data are not being changed here? See, check it clearly. We have values here. We don't have any formula. This is the difference. Actually, whenever we are copying and pasting spatial and in paste spatial, if we are clicking on values only, then Excel will paste the value only of your formulas, and there will be no difference even if you will change any cell on which other cells are dependent. हम यहाँ सैलरी में कोई भी चेंज करेंगे बाकी चेंजेस रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं होंगे क्योंकि हम फॉर्मूला नहीं कॉपी कर रहे हैं, हमने कॉपी किया है वैल्यू. इज इट क्लियर? Am I clear on this part, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. I'm more curious about knowing the responses of people, those who are English speaking only, because for Hindi speaking people, I can use this native language and I'll be able to explain it in much better manner. But I would like to know from the people, those who are not very much prone to Hindi language. So in case if you're facing any kind of trouble, please do let me know here only. Okay, moving further. We have few commands named as undo and redo. We have deleted some data from sheet 4. Here at the top, in this top bar, we have left headed arrow. Just click on this. It will say, it will undo the last function. Click on the right arrow. It will redo the last function. We have keyboard shortcuts as well. Control Z for undo, Control Y for redo. Control Z, Control Y, Control Z, Control Y. This is how redo and undo function works. Okay, now let's check for the spelling and finding and replacing option. Everyone can recall the example of that Three Idiot movie wherein Rancho played a trick and changed the script of his batchmate. That was nothing but the find and replace option. Though he applied that find and replace option in MS Word, and we'll be using the same option here in Excel. Let's go to review. There you'll find first option, that is spelling. It will check the spelling of the text, and wherever it will find any error. See, in first name, Monica, it was fine for Excel, but in HJH, it can show you the suggestions, that these are the suggestions. If you want to replace this term with any of these terms, you can replace, or otherwise you have multiple options. Ignore one, again it will poke you, repeated. Ignore all the entries with this nomenclature needs to be ignored this time. Or otherwise you can add this value to dictionary so that such kind of an error in future. If you want to change, we have the suggestion, select the suggestion and change it. Again, change all. If you want all the occurrence of HJH to get replaced with new suggestion, just click on the suggestion and press change all. Then we have autocorrect. Autocorrect, how it works, as we have selected some word, TYT is the term, and I'm saying let it be P, PWPH. Click on autocorrect and close. See, I'm changing this value YT to TYT, and let's see if it makes any change. No. What was the term? Was it TYT or something else? It was TYT, but it will autocorrect the first value only. Otherwise, you'll have to select spelling. Now again, I've changed TYT and I'm changing it to teeth, but it will autocorrect only one option, not all. So for every occurrence, you'll have to do it. Or otherwise, go to change all. As it is checking in one by one mode, again we have another entry with TYT. It is moving in step mode because we haven't selected the entire sheet. हम डेटा पूरा सेलेक्ट करेंगे तभी ये सारे डेटा पर फंक्शन परफॉर्म करेगा, अदरवाइज ये वन बाय वन सारी एंट्रीज लेकर चला जाएगा. That's it, how it works. And I've completed the work. Most of the time, whenever you are preparing your research report, because this find and replacement option as well as spelling option works well with MS Word, the time when you are preparing your research report, you need to check whether my spellings are correct, whether the sentences written are grammatically correct or not. That time you can use this feature. Now spelling we have checked. Now we have to find this find and replace option. In review, it's not visible. Data, it's not there. Okay, let's try shortcut. Just press on Control F. Press Control plus F from your keyboard. Otherwise, from home menu, you can find this find and select option. Click on find. It will search for the value. I want to search for the value pop. It will search next occurrence wherein we have the name pop. Now, if you want to replace it with some other entry, select the tab replace, and it says find what? Pop and you want to replace it with copy. If you want to get it replaced one by one, you'll have to click on replace, replace, and again replace, or otherwise click on replace all. All the occurrences